it's not a coincidence that the opioid crisis is at its most intense in the place where the non-opioid based suicide rate is highest, where antidepressant prescriptions are highest. That tells us something. Despair clusters together, right? There's a leading economist who's called opioid deaths despair deaths. Whereas it seemed to me Dr. Drew and Chris Christie exclusively and Dr. Drew way too much, were focusing on the drug itself, right? Now, the drug itself plays a role. Mm-hmm. There are chemical hooks. They can cause physical dependence. And neglecting much more. So, for example, I think the core of addiction is about not wanting to be present in your life because your life is too painful a place to be. Once you understand that, you can see why the drug war, imposing more pain and more punishment on people, is such a disaster, right? Because it causes more pain. It actually deepens the addiction. So I was very disturbed both that Chris Christie is a supporter of the drug war. He's in favour of punishment. I mean, he says, we'll make the prisons nice treatment centres for some people rather than just brutal prisons, but that's still a criminal. You're still criminalising people, stigmatising them, and the drug treatment centres he wants to put in the prisons are not so impressive either. And Dr. Drew was still saying things like, well, we need to impose negative consequences, that can be helpful for some people. That is not helpful. There is nowhere in the world that has reduced addiction through imposing negative consequences. As your friend of mine, Dr. Gabor Mate, said, it said to me once, if negative consequences stopped addiction, there wouldn't be a single addict anywhere in the world, because what negative consequences